love your beat selection. I love your beat selection. I've been listening to Season's Greetings the whole afternoon.
Thank you.
I wasn't a I knew you from being you know, on the internet on World Star and shit, you know, being lyrical, doing the freestyle thing, but I never really listened to any Charles Hamilton records. I listened this whole afternoon. Dope, my nigga.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I love the way you formulated that mixtape, man. Sometimes niggas get lost on how to put a mixtape together. The beats that you chose for that tape, fire. Yeah. What's going on, though, man? Why don't you give the people here a brief introduction? Tell them who you are, you know, where you from. Give them a little bit on your background and shit. Go ahead.
Hey, make it real simple. Charles Hamilton, brought up in Cleveland, moved to New York at age 5.
That's better.
Yeah. Moved to Queens, St. Albans at age 5. Moved to Harlem at age 6. Moved to Brooklyn, Herzl Street at 13. Then I moved to the Bronx around 15. And I was on my own. What up, Jamal? Jamal, my fault. I think that's the same nigga. My nigga from Rice. But, I see you, Scarfo. But yeah, I've been a musician all my life. Started on the drums, playing keys. Like, I go back and forth between playing the drums and playing the keys because I have a method with playing the piano that's just like playing the drums, and I have a method on the drums that's just like playing the keys. I got older. I started playing guitar, bass, DJing, mallets, and you know, I thought I was coming up with my own thing when it came to rhyming. I was in 3rd grade and I wrote. It was kind of a poem, but it was a little more like the Fresh Prince theme song about Thanksgiving, and I was really going in, and I went so far in, the teacher had to stop me while I was writing, and she was like, you know, you're really good with what you do, but, you know, take some time before you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just jump into being a rapper. You know, at the time, you know, I'm PS 125 right there, 124th, 123rd actually. I went to the PS 125. So, you know, there was some rough times, you know, I was called the white boy or whatever, but I actually, like, found peace of mind. I went through a lot of shit. So I found peace of mind writing, you know, poetry in this one rhyme. So 4th grade, you know, I got in a little trouble and I had to write a poem to get out of it. So my teacher asked me, do you have a poem ready? So I freestyled. And she's like, wow, that's the most amazing poem I heard. Go in there and write it down. And I didn't have it written. I had to literally remember the verse that I just spat for her outside the classroom. I remembered it, wrote it down. And I was like, okay, so this is something I love to do. 5th grade, 4, 3, 2, 1 drop. And I was like, all right, like, I'm about to, like, if I start spitting, I'm about to really start ripping niggas' heads off. And I didn't take it serious until I was 13. The exact date, January 23rd, 1999, when Eminem dropped. When My Name Is dropped, I was like, I'm going to do this. You know, I like the mastery of Dr. Dre and the dark humor of Eminem, put it together, and I'm out of here with this shit. So January 23rd, 99 is where I decided, like, I'm gonna take hip hop serious. And I got older, you know, I refined my taste. Like, I got a lot of love for Primo, Alchemist, and Pete Rock, but the hip hop that speaks to me, MADLIB and the late J-Dilla. So, you know, as time passed, I started, you know, developing my style, you know, what's called swagger. And, you know, the very same cats that used to bully me are the dudes that I started battling and slaughtering. So it's like, nah, like, you know, 124th and Broadway, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all knew where I was at. And the OGs on the block, they were Spanish. And I couldn't come back to the block after, you know, literally fist fighting dudes that was picking on me and saying, yeah, I got beat up. So I had to get tougher. And my bars had to match the toughness. So, you know, shout out John and Victor, you know, Junior, you know, even though we fought Spanish Jose, you know, rest in peace to Junji's mom. You know, everybody over there still in my Broadway connects. But yeah, I just kept on going no matter what. And you know, things got a little hard at around 16, 17. I still ended up going to college. I did live in the Bronx, King of Gun Hill, right there, Story Avenue, Leland House. You know what I'm saying? So, things got a little rough. You know, went through some hard times, and I still was able to record my first 2 albums, From the Desk of and Sober Karaoke. And I was in Frederick Douglass Academy when I got into the FDA studio, and my mentor Howard Burke, HO. You know, he was like, I want you to be like Scott Storch and I'm going to be Dr. Dre. I'm like, whatever, as long as I can get in the booth and make my beats. He's like, all right, cool. So, you know, we just became real cool, you know, and I came back from college, you know, my girlfriend, she left with some hood nigga. I'm like, oh, this fucking sucks. So from that day forward, I started working on the Pink Lava Lamp. And that's the album that a lot of, if you don't know me from Broken Girls, you know me from the Pink Lava Lamp. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, like the Pink Lava Lamp pretty much kind of put me on the map. Like, you know, there were comparisons to Kanye, but you know, I wanted people to kind of see me as something different. You know what I mean? Like I was still trying to find myself, but I knew the people that I connected to and related with. You know what I mean? Like you know, BA, Swiss, HO, Proven, like they was actually street niggas, but they roll with me. And whenever they would get into some street shit, like, well, that's mine. I gotta be out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that. This is what y'all do. I'm a musician. You know what I'm saying? And whenever I would be with my poets and the Bohemians, and they get into some real left shit, like, well, I'm gonna go back to the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, a little too left for me. You know, and then ultimately, the Pink Lava Lamp was like those two worlds merging, and I still felt them. I have a line on the album where I said, "A man on stage, but I'm a nobody after it. Jack of only one trade. Damn right, I messed it." Like basically, what I'm saying is, after the Bohemians and the poets and the goths and the gangsters, hustlers, and you know boosters, after they come together for one of my shows and they listening to my album, once it's all said and done, they go back to what they are, what they were, or whatever. I'm still the musician that provided that, and it's just me doing it. So I'm still very alone, you know. So over time, you know, I did the Pink Lava Lamp, did a few mixtapes, and then I switched my style up. You know, I got a little darker. You know, the playfulness started being, you know, the actual darkness, and I fuck around and record Brooklyn Girls, and everybody in the hood is like, "Yo, I love Brooklyn Girls. That's my shit. That's my shit." I'm like, okay, you know, thank you. I'm glad you like the song, but you know, that's kind of, that's not really, I guess you say swag, but like I don't really know if this is really what I do. Fucking around and ended up being what gets me a deal. So I signed to Interscope about January, February 2008. Do the Hamiltonization process, 8 projects, 2 months. That's pretty much it. You know, 2009, I was just dropping music whenever I felt like it, but it was the dopest music out. You know, like only Trump, dead ass only Trump by Eminem's Relapse. From 2008 to 2009, I released more music, critically acclaimed music, than the entire Interscope roster. Period. So
that's the bad thing from one of the things that stood out that you just said to me, fucked me up. It told me a whole lot about your age. You was a kid when Boy 321 came out.
Yeah, man. I was in 5th grade. Let's see. About 11, 12 years old. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
How did that run, man? That's an incredible record, man.
Yeah.
Have you ever dropped a freestyle over that track?
I did. I actually dropped a diss track to some nigga. I dropped it this year. I deadass dropped it this year. Like I dissed this nigga from Miami on 4321. So, you know, like I don't know if we're gonna get to this later, but like, you know, battling that's cool, but like where you go artistically, what you stand for, and things of that nature, that takes you a lot further than just, you know, dissing niggas either on wax or to their face. Because, like, you know, niggas violate Daylight, but if Daylight drops a #1 single, he beats the entire battle arena.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people give Mickey Fax his props, but Mickey Fax is going from being an acclaimed songwriter to a battle MC, and I know he's a battle MC. Like, he's one of my, when I was in the Bronx, he was Renegade, and I was Freelance. You know what I'm saying? And like, the day we met, we were sizing each other up, battling, and we became best friends since then. You know what I mean? So, like, I know he spit, you know, but now he's a battle MC, so things are a little bit different, you know, so.
Anyway. Has anybody ever presented any battle situations to you?
I mean, my battling for me is totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it like, some people, you know, they battle, you know, to rep their hood. Hold on a second. Some people battle to rep their hood. Some people, you know, they battle for the money. Some people battle out of just straight disrespect for the culture. Like, I don't even fuck with hip hop, but I'll kill all y'all. Like, that's how some people see it. For me, it's on some, like, fam, you just, like, you're just disrespectful, and I spit, and you disrespect me on some hip hop shit. Let's go 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, like, well, I can't fight, but I can battle. Like, nah, like, I just, like, what's the point of fighting? Because at the end of the day, somebody gonna see the fight. It goes on World Star. We both run the risk of getting indicted, and it don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Like if I get into a fight with somebody on Linux, niggas on Linux gonna be like, yo, where that nigga from? And then I go back to my old hood, and niggas on Broadway go over to Linux. Like, y'all niggas fucking with Charles. Somebody get hurt. Somebody from Linux go over to Broadway. Y'all niggas fuck with my man. Then unnecessary warfare. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm very wise about my battling choices. But if it comes down to it, 3 rounds.
That's what's up. I just seen an interesting question in here and I lost it. Somebody made a remark about somebody. I read this in the chat room. Has it ever been presented to you that there's some similarities between J. Cole's material and your flow?
I mean, the exact word is, you know, soulful. You know what I'm saying? Like, J. Cole he takes a soulful approach to making modern music. I just don't make modern music, even though I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got, you know, we've had, I met J. Cole. He was cool, you know. There's some, you know, underlying stuff. I'm sure you can look it up online. But, you know, you're allowed to be soulful. Like, nigga, look at the color of my skin. For me to say somebody biting off of me when he's just speaking from his soul, that's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I can say there's a lot of niggas that get in the game using anthropomorphic creatures, aka cartoons, and they say, oh, that's my swag, that's my swag. Them niggas, I could say, they bit. I can say them niggas bit, because it's like, at the same time, you know, in the 90s with the iceberg shirts, niggas was rocking Bugs Bunny, Taz, Daffy Duck, so, you know, like, niggas ain't really biting, but fuck out of here, nigga. Like, I connect to Sonic, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas, you know, girls connect to Sailor Moon, you know, guys connect to SWAT cats, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
I want to ask you about the Sonic thing, man. Enlighten me on the whole concept.
I mean, where do you want me to begin, man? The Big Bang Theory is creation, bang is a sound. Sonic, it means sound.
Sonic means sound?
Yeah, like, period.
No
you know?
doubt.
And if you want to talk about Egypt, you know, the pharaoh used to stomp on hedgehogs under the sun. So me representing Sonic the Hedgehog is basically all opposing forces, all authority, and things of that nature are stomping on me, and yet y'all are being entertained by me. Somebody gonna get it.
No doubt. No doubt. How long did it take you to put that the Season's Greetings project together? Which I'm uploading it to the channel tonight for everybody who ain't here listening. dope body of work. How long did it take you to put that together?
Less than a week. Less than a week. That's why I was telling you, Gully, like you gotta chill with me. You know, you gotta like come around, hang out, see how I put music together. Like I do my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole presentation. I sent you. Nobody has the complete project. Everybody's only seen the video. You know what I'm saying? The zip folder.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have the zip folder. There is a video, like a short film, and that's what I'm working on. If you don't have the zip folder, then I sent you the short film. But regardless, I'll hit you up with the link to the zip folder. But yeah,
Right.
man, like I definitely, like, it doesn't take me long. Part of me, it doesn't take me too long to make music. You know what I'm saying? I've been making music for a very long time. Like, you know.
At a point in time, was you on the freshman cover?
Yeah, the 2008, 2009.
Who all was on the cover with you? Who was in your graduating class?
Asheroff, B.O.B., Wale, Mickey Fax, Corey Guns, Blue, Currency, Ace Hood, and I think there's somebody else. Did I say B.O.B.?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi was on the cover.
Oh, you came in with a whole bunch of unique sounding motherfucking shit.
It is what it is.
That class right there, that sound like the School of the Performing Arts. Whole bunch of different flavors came in that bag and shit. Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Currently, what's going on currently?
I mean, there's so much going on that, like, I should probably, you know, not speak on it because nothing's finalized, you know, but like I can say that I'm entering, you know, be it destiny or just good business choices, I'm entering the video game arena. You know?
Oh.
And it's definitely, you know, I'm being called the white boy from everybody, you know, be it from mom, God rest her soul, to, you know, the bullies, to the chicks, or whatever. Being called the white boy definitely had me looking at culture, you know, with a side eye. But as I got older, I started appreciating things a little bit more. And you know, the Black Lives Matter movement, you know, police brutality, things of that nature, like, definitely opened my eyes. But I can say, before this eye-opening last 5 years, I bear the name of the person that ended the Jim Crow laws, and his name is Charles Hamilton Houston. Okay, Charles Hamilton Houston is the reason why black people are not, like, constitutionally prejudiced against. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they don't follow the Constitution, but I get it. I totally follow you. And I'm gonna look that brother up. Charles Hamilton Houston,
CHH.
no doubt. All right. Yeah, I love the fact that they got this live stream where we can fellowship, man, and you know, trade shit like that. I was you know, look, I was. You could have took Fight Place. You could have been the third member of Tribe Called Quest, my nigga.
Hey man, that's humbling, man.
That's my personal opinion, man. I was listening to your music and shit, and I was trying to find a lane. Like, you and Q-Tip would be dope.
Yeah, Q-Tip is actually real cool. I met him. I actually met him around the time I was doing my J-Dilla tribute. I spoke to him. I was like, look, you are a major inspiration. He's like, yo, we got to work on. He was dropping the Renaissance, and I was doing my Hamiltonization process, and I was working on my Dilla tribute. And you know, it was a very high level conversation, and he was like, yo, whatever it takes, we got to work together. He shouted me out in an interview. You know, Q-Tip is a beast. You know what I mean? Like, Q-Tip is awesome. And I was at a place where, like, Pharrell wanted to sign. I was already signed to Interscope, but, you know, if you know anything about the music business, there's record companies, record labels, and then there's subsidiaries. And the record company was Universal, the record label was Interscope, and Pharrell wanted to sign me to his subsidiary. Timbaland wanted me. I produced myself. Timbaland wanted me, Pharrell wanted me, Linkin Park wanted me, and I was like, look, you guys, like, I gotta establish myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't wanna be Pharrell Jr. Shady Records wanted to sign. My first song on Interscope was with Eminem. Now I already told you, Eminem is, you know, what started me seriously spitting. So for my first song on a record label to be with Eminem, I was done. And the name of the song is Dead Ass I Don't Care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good, man. Like,
Gotta point this out before we go any further. I'm gonna dispel this right now. For people here in the chat room, being educated don't mean white. We gotta get this out of our community. Being educated don't mean white. Talking proper grammar, speaking, you know, proper English don't mean white. Having different interests that aren't common in the urban community don't mean white. Stevie Williams is a black skateboarder. You did. We shouldn't be persecuted or looked down upon or frowned upon for being different. You know what I'm saying? Different don't mean white. You know what I mean? I come in contact with a lot of gifted people during Gully TV because I run Gully TV and people, you know, I got a brag approach sometimes. I got a lot in common with the nerds and the fucking you know, the engineers and shit like that myself.
Right.
I mean, from all different walks of life. Our kids shouldn't be. That was something that we got to get that out of our community. So you got people who be from the hood, grew up in the hood, but they put their kids in prep schools and shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody wants their kid to grow up and be a gangbanger or get killed in the streets. You know what I'm saying? The worst types of niggas, the worst criminals, put their kids in fucking prep schools and shit like that so they can get a good education. So that's just something to think about, you know, when people be saying, oh, that's some white shit or you want some white boy shit or whatever. I'm keeping it 100 with y'all, man. We got to dispel that. That's some corny shit that, you know, some slave shit that really need to get the fuck up out of our community. What if everybody was the same? If everybody was the same, we would have a problem. We'd have a problem. There would be no advancement in technology. It wouldn't be no advances made, period. You know what I'm saying? If there wasn't people thinking outside the box. So,
hey, Gully, if I get cut off, it's because I'm expecting a ride to the studio. It's no funny shit.
Okay.
But,
we good. Yeah, man. I wanted to put that out there, man. I hated that you shared that part of your childhood, man. Like, you shouldn't have been treated like that, man. But, you know, it probably led to, you know, fashioning the person that you are today. Initially, we started to have some dialogue in the DM behind something that I said on my live. Somebody asked me about you on my live. And I said, Charles Hamilton, he lost his mind. At which point, you came and confronted me about it. I told you that this is the information that was being shared online. This is the last thing I knew about you. And he's like, you can't get caught up into that. So why don't you share with us what was going on and shit?
So, I mean, man, I just got to give it to you straight, no chaser. At that time, I was about a year removed from losing my deal at Interscope. And I had a friend of the family, you know, he's, you know, popular figure, not going to say no names, but friend of the family was trying to, you know, invest in my music, but wanted me to change certain things. And I'm like, dog, you never had to change nothing. You know what I'm saying? You built your empire and didn't change. You grew. Allow me to grow, and the fans that I have, be it the whole world or like 30, you know, Poindexters who got money, you know what I'm saying? Like, allow me to grow in front of them, allow them to adapt to the growth, things of that nature. We were having major arguments, major fallouts. He ended up finding an investor, another big public figure, and we started, you know, a little company. Fast forward, July 4th, 2010, the last bit of music I recorded in my home studio before I went to the West Coast to work with the investor, I released online for free. So the friend of the family comes to the apartment. I'm living with a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 151st and McCombs. Like, I'm living with a fan of mine. And the friend of the family comes in flipping out. Like, why did you release all this music? I said, I produced it. in my home studio with my equipment, my vocals, and even with it being my work, I put it under a different name. You're out of line for even coming here. So we ended up getting into a fist fight. He leaves, you know what I'm saying? Like, left side of my head is swollen. And I get really depressed, and I start making what I call the blue lava lamp. Now, if anybody listens to my music, I make lava lamps whenever I said it on Season's Greetings. Like, I make lava lamps when I feel like there's no love. You know what I'm saying? So I dead ass was gonna make the blue lava lamp, just like I did with the pink lava lamp, and go body myself. Straight up. I'm about 8 songs in. And my mom, I didn't know my mom was reading my blog. My mom is reading my blog, and she sees that I'm making a lava lamp. She runs down to Harlem. She's in Glen Cove, New York. She runs down to Harlem with the police, saying this young man, like, my son is gonna kill himself. Put him, like, no, this can't happen. She's flipping out. I'm like, Mom, I'm good. Like, what are you doing? I end up getting hospitalized for depression and anger because, you know, the friend of the family has, you know, another story that has been revealed over time, but it isn't, it's not something I'm at liberty to speak on because it's not my story.
Right.
But, you know, after the brawl, it's like, I can't trust you at all no more, my nigga. Because, like, this is my shit, this is my shit, this is my shit, this is my shit, this is my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're telling me to do things you don't want niggas to tell you to do. So I was angry as fuck. So I get hospitalized, you know, and in the middle of hospitalization, I met some people, one female in particular. I'm not going to go there. Love you, VS. Like, mad shit. I get out the hospital, and I'm dead ass walking the streets looking for niggas who specifically have a problem with me. I'm making tea right now. That's what that is.
Okay.
So I'm dead ass walking through Harlem, dole low, looking poor. After I get out of the mental hospital, either looking for battles or fights. So I get, you know, this one dude. I ended up living. I was living between Long Island. A classmate of mine, y'all know him as Corpy. I was living between Long Island, Corpy's house, and my Budman's apartment. And my Budman had a studio. So I was just like, every time I got in the booth, I was talking about what I was doing in my life at that time and putting it in the scope of the big picture. You know, thinking about Egypt and Greece and, you know, obviously space travel, if you want to call me a nerd for that, whatever. But like, I'm thinking about big picture stuff. And I called the investor, like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to California. You know what I'm saying? I got a girl I want to provide for or whatever. And I take a Greyhound bus. I was supposed to take it from New York to Los Angeles. I get off in Cleveland, and a few days into Cleveland, I get into a fist fight with a cop. So because I had a history of mental health, because of anger, suicide attempts, and stuff like that, depression, you know, they let me get off easy. The whole court case is bullshit. The case is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ended up spending more time in jail than necessary, period. But it was some bullshit, you know. But
Okay, so part of this time when you was away, you was locked up, and you spent time in an institution.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was just very angry, you know, and you know, a lot of people when I was in the halfway house, I was allowed time to go to the library. I spent a lot of time in the library, you know, but I was in a halfway house, and these same fans, you know, that was living and dying by my music, they're saying, "Oh, Charles gonna be trash when you get out of jail." So my music was like, "Oh, that's how y'all feel? Fuck you niggas then." And I've been on the defense since then, you know. And I'm like, I did that. Like, no matter how much money I was getting or wasn't getting, I gave, at that point, it was about 120. I gave 120 projects for free. So for anybody to be like, "Oh, you gonna fall off, you ain't shit, talking shit," fuck you forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, that hurt me so much. And I'm in rehab, you know, I'm not saying who I am. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like the counselors knew who I was, but the other patients, I'm not telling them none of what I am, what I've done, none of that. So some of them, after they, you know, they go on their day trips, they come back, they're like, yo, are you Charles like Charles Hamilton? And I'm like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, yo, get back to rap, get back to, like, niggas is downloading, you know, outside looking. I'm like, yo, thank you, like, you're really encouraging me, you know. So one of the patients at the place his name was JC, and he was a UFC fighter. And he was like, yo, Charles, I got this, I got a studio, a dope ass studio, 20 minutes from here. You know, whenever you're ready, whenever you get a day pass, come to the studio. So I spent the week, like I told you, I spent the week writing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because of how these niggas was talking about me, I'm like, chill. Like, these niggas got free music. Like, I have a method of writing in my head, but like, fuck you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck would I share this shit with you? You know, niggas just talking hella shit. So,
Right.
you know, writing my songs or whatever, and I recorded an album that was mentioned earlier called Cats Can. Cats is Community Assessment Treatment Services. And cats can make me, what I'm saying is cats can make me believe in myself more than all the people who I've helped. Because these niggas is on some like, yo, Charles, diss the fucking industry, B. Diss all these niggas in the business. If they say anything, I'm gonna fuck them niggas up. You know what? You know what I'm saying? Shout out my nigga Bernie out in Cleveland, you know? But they was going hard for me. And I'm like, yo, it feels good to be not only in my hometown and niggas holding me down, but to have niggas holding me down, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, that felt crazy. So,
You back, man.
hey, I'm humbled, man. Thank you.
Word up. We got to put that play together. I'm gonna come out there and sit in the studio with you, man, and check out your writing process and see how you work. You ain't got to say that twice. I'll be there.
But yeah. So I mean,
Hip Hop Daily, they're in the building and shit. We got some fans. Why don't you answer a few questions, man, for the last few minutes and shit?
Alright, Smokey Robinson's L. I wrote the hook. I found this ninth one to be alright, so I don't know if I could get in any legal trouble for this, but niggas used to smoke spice blunts. You know what spice is? Niggas used to smoke spice blunts. And I was, you know, I was like, chill, I can't get caught. Like, if I get caught high, they're gonna send me back to county. Then I'm doing another 6 months. I couldn't get caught, so I smoked the spice blunt, and I was listening to this Ninth Wonder beat tape. He had 144 beats, right? And track 33, it was unreleased, and I'm listening to it, and I'm fucking with this melody. I'm high off of spice, you know what I'm saying? So everything is fucking with me, and I write a melody in my head, and I was, you know, thinking about all these kids talking shit, and I was like, I could drown a lake in this pool, like Lake Erie. Lake Erie is in Cleveland, so I was like, I could drown a lake in this pool. Tears of a clown, my makeup is through. Dreams of a clown, I'm making it through. Seems like a clown may end school, right? I felt like a clown because I was trying to, you know, teach positivity to another generation, unspoken, you know what I'm saying? Like, and these niggas like, oh, they, as soon as I go to jail, these niggas turn into Odd Future fans. And I'm like, I just tried to keep y'all away from that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and y'all niggas just going to jump on Odd Future. Fuck y'all niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all really want to do this? Like, you know what I'm saying? I get down, baby, like, but like it was kind of heartbreaking to record that song because it's like, yeah, poetry in motion. Go to sleep when open. Wake up unattracted. Unattractive is never gonna happen. So just do a backflip. Let your ass touch my lips. That could be talking to the corporate university or the chick that flirts with me. Either way, certainly. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't write that. That was written in my head. You know what I'm saying? Right. And when I was in the mess hall, the cafeteria at Cats, that's when I was writing the hook in my head. And I was on so many meds, I did not believe that I could remember this hook. So I had to physically write it down. The problem is with the medication, I couldn't physically write shit down. Like my hand was shaking, like I'm moving hella hard, moving fast, like everything. Like I was torn between believing I'm Sonic the Hedgehog or believing I'll have better days after this. When you on medication, you know what I'm saying? Like when you on medication, what can you do?
So you didn't have some close encounters. You didn't actually have some close encounters with Sonic.
I mean, for my sanity's sake, I'm gonna plead the fifth. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm gonna say it like this: there's cats in the '90s that talk about Alpo like they know him, whether he visited them spiritually or not. If you want me to believe that you the next Rich Porter or you the next Alpo, you gotta accept when I say I'm Sonic trying not to be Robotnik. You know what I'm saying? Like that respect gotta be there. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of niggas, you know, niggas talk about, oh, I'm Tony Montana. All right, my nigga, but Al Pacino was also the devil. You trying to say you the devil, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like Sonic has an attitude. Y'all niggas only call on me. Y'all start some shit and then call on Sonic to fix it. But Sonic is like back outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck y'all niggas coming to me for? And then when I save the day, y'all just pat me on the back and all I fucking want is a chili dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't gotta bother me, but that's why I connect them so deep. You know, but what I'm getting at is believing in myself. You know what I mean? One, like believing in myself is not an easy thing to do because of what I've gone through in my life outside of the bullying. You know what I'm saying? Like New York wasn't easy, but I went through the worst kind of pain in Cleveland. You know, so Brazilian Masters, I mean, it kind of speaks for itself, bro. Like you either know or you don't. You know, you got to ask me a specific question. You know?
You just hit us with I don't know whether it was a hook or what, man, but you just hit us with some bars not long ago. You're the first person to get on here. You got some more than you want to drop on us? That shit was lit, man.
How Flex left you out the conversation, Gully? Niggas can't take this from me. They say keep it gator, but then they get pimped. They say keep it global, but then say keep your distance. I'm looking to be good friends with hood niggas and say he got them hood ends, but it figures he'd be good. Wait, could he? Wait, no. Should he? Wait, no. Wait, yo, that's that nigga that was with H.O. That's that nigga that made dough and still came to the block and sat on a fucking crate, yo. That's that nigga that pulled up in a Camry playing a joint with Eminem. I can't stand he. Family. Y'all niggas had street dreams. I went from Cleveland to Queens. Your man inspired me, and I have never met him, but I tried to diss him. Then I tried to dead it. I'm referring to Nas. I hope y'all niggas give me credit for having a murderous mind, of which y'all niggas trying to debit. Black Strip, bandanas on the check-in. Just recorded an album with him. Go and ask him. Tan skin, I'll be blacking. Sonic is black. Just check his tan skin. And he's colored. So that's why that nigga run and dodge whips like Danny Glover. I might be righteous, but damn, I'm the nicest. Certain parties I ain't get invited to. So I don't mind shit. Just don't try to ride my dick. Columbine gang, and I got a whole clip that I would like to use as an Eiffel Tower to snipe you. The Gothic Eisenhower. I can rhyme for hours in Gully. If you don't mind, I'd like to. It's crazy how niggas ain't nice to me, but they ain't nice to me, but they ain't nice to me. So I'm nice to me, give myself that. And I got a bad bitch that could help that.
Right.
Hold on. Let's see. Hold up. How niggas want it? I said, yeah. Niggas said lo-fi. Oh my. You gotta take that up with Tim Cook, nigga. Look. High fidelity. Low system. In a basement. Don't diss him. I got a selection of flows. Like a streaming service, except for those. Those hoes on them services. I hope you know I'm nervous when I spit for niggas who's as hood as the nigga who's servicing this interview now. Listen to the dude spitting, getting down. Leaving dabs on niggas who trying to stay cool. Pay attention while I break rules. I'm like Bueller. but I ain't over my Mueller. Might be a little late. Regardless, go crazy like the interstate. But you're going to have to drive me. It's crazy. I feel like I produce grimy. My GAT went off. Macintosh or Microsoft. Regardless, Charles is trash, but y'all might not want to talk. So please hop off of my right ball or shoot it. EA, nigga. SEGA, nigga. The greatest, nigga. I'm sorry. That's just how it happens to be. This nigga's rapping for me. Dog, I hope you see what you're saying. CH is a hashtag. No plan. Just don't curve me and you might see it. Who might be it? Dude, I see it. I was talking about him saying job body. Spell Sega? Nah, probably. Nah, I ain't gonna do it because these niggas might be from Georgia. Gorgeous. Florida. See ham like Thanksgiving. Only niggas on my level ain't living. I'll stop right there. Chill. Chill. My fault.
Blackout.
My fault. I'm chilling.
Damn.
I'm chilling. I'm telling you, man. Like, hold on. Let me get my shit there. So you get me high. I'm about to hit the studio right now, man. You can't do this shit to me, man. Like,
the dribble is impeccable.
You gotta be there.
Put the basketballs in the chat room for Charles Hamilton, please.
Hey.
Can I see the basketballs?
Like, I got too much to say right now. Too much to say. But hey, if y'all got any questions, let me know. You know?
Subscribe to the channel, The Real Gully TV. Make sure y'all follow Charles Hamilton Music. Go ahead and follow him right now.
Let me put my sites and everything.
Go ahead, drop all your information, man. We about to get up out of here.
Follow. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody who's been down for a little bit, follow the buzzards. It's the rap Bray Wyatt, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my Undertaker shit right now. My name ring bells.
Y'all already know.
Bandanas. Hey man, I'm about to get my battery dying and my homie like 20 minutes away, so I'm gonna catch you later, alright?
Alright.
Gully, holla.
Another classic, yo. Subscribe to the channel, The Real Gully TV, man. That nigga. Damn. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so y'all get the notifications. And I can roll up the rest of this cookie, get back to work.